Hello Internet, it's Zeg and Zeg alone again, back with Factorio. When we last left, I very quickly built a pretty rubbish oil cracking setup and got a little singular battery factory up and running, because I need to make some armour stuff for this modular armour. So it's a 5x5 grid. Roboports are still 2x2, night vision is 2x2, and I kind of want to see the new night vision effect, even if I don't necessarily keep it. So we're probably thinking like maybe 3 squares for Roboports / night vision, and then like 4 batteries and 5 solar panels, or maybe more than 5 solar panels. So what do I need? Steel. I'm just not carrying any steel. Once I have personal Roboport online, I can, well, mainly I can build railway a lot easier, because I like deploying the railway in segments with the robots, and it also means that I can I usually run the circuit network along the railway power lines, so I can use the circuit network to control the mines directly. How are things going down here? Oh, we seem to be out of red circuits, which is good because I just brought some up here. What was I? Oh yeah, steel. That's probably far too much. And we'll need solar panels. So let's try. Oh wait, so transmission 20 kilowatts, recharge rate 2 times 1 megawatt. So let's try. Yeah, let's try like maybe a full 2 lines of solar panels. We'll go solar panels across the top and down the side, and then 2 batteries and the 3 other slots. So what's that? 4, 9. So I'm going to need 45 solar panels. Okay, and then we're going to need 2 batteries. We'll start with 2 Roboports and 1 night vision. And we could also probably use a bit more production on these. As in, like, a couple of speed modules each. May as well do that while I'm here. And then we really need to get on with actually moving pretty much everything. Finish the new smelters, set up some trains to deliver ore. Generally get everything moved over there. Start the incredibly slow charge. I'll probably not plug in the roboports initially. Just so I can actually use the night vision until the batteries are charged. And it's just starting to get dark, so now we can see what this new night vision actually looks like. Except that I guess my whole base is illuminated by lights, so I'm not exactly going to see what it looks like. Oh, yeah, I'm starting to see it now. You can see how the colour's starting to wash out in all the areas that would normally be dark. So what would this look like without the night vision? I mean, it's nice, but I kind of feel like it could... I kind of like the stupid old green effect of the old night vision. Kinda. Although this is obviously way more usable. How are we doing for steam engine power? Yep, we're probably okay. Right. So what am I on now? Just a lot of construction. Let's go and build, before I go into sped up footage, let's go and build some blueprints for my rail network. And I know some people disapprove of the full bidirectional rails and then loops instead of double-ended trains, but I do kind of prefer it this way. Harkens back to Open Transport Tycoon and stuff, I suppose. Alright, so let's make the straight blueprint first. I precisely predicted how long that was going to be, coincidentally. Oh, I'm not actually carrying any railway signals. Also, why didn't I drive the car over here? Actually, can I set you to do some chain signals? What was that? Gun turret damage 5. Is there even anything else that I actually want to research right now? Production science packs, pump jack, electric engine, electric furnace. Man, that's pretty expensive. Yeah, I suppose if I get electric furnaces, I could start upgrading stuff immediately. And there's energy shields, of course. Now let's just research some of the other bits and pieces. I suppose I should actually take some of these chain signals with me. Okay, so this blueprint, let's just pop out a new blueprint. It needs signals in the middle, which should be there, I believe. And we need red circuit. I usually only run red along the railways, and then reserve green for other stuff. Yep, straight railway. So this, if I turn it around, should be the same both directions. Good. And let me put the robots in. Oh, well, I guess I don't actually have any robots, do I? So putting the robots in isn't really going to help me at all. I should probably deal with that. What do I need to make robots? Robot frame and circuits, and robot frame is electric engines, isn't it? And batteries. So yeah, I'll need to go and set up a little electric engine factory. Well, let's finish blueprinting first. So that's the straight one. Now we need the diagonal one, which is slightly more awkward because of the way power poles sit. Because you need to do it at not quite maximum length to have it copyable. I think that should be about right. And then like that maybe. Let's just do it without the circuit network on it first, just to see. Okay, yep, that's the same in both directions. Yep, and it correctly links up. So put the red wire on. Blueprint that and give it some kind of icon to remind me it's the diagonal one. And now we need to do a much bigger one because we need to do the full circular junction. Another thing that some people are not all that enthusiastic about some people say just make regular train junctions, but I don't know, I kind of like the circles. run out of railway. Do I have any more railway? Oh, I don't. I need to feed in some more stone. Iron production's looking a bit low and my mine's running out. A couple. We'll have to move to a new iron ore patch soon. Luckily there's this other gigantic one over here. Right, let me grab these rails. What's going on here? Oh. Somehow that belt got turned the wrong way around. That's weird. I must have hit it when I was running past at some point. Right, that's the inner ring, but now what I usually do in order to reduce traffic problems is basically make a bypass that should go about here, I think. I believe that should be the correct arrangement. Let me just check that by putting down some of the signals. Okay, so you go... Wait, do I want it there? Probably here is... Oh no, let's put it there. And then extend that by 1. Okay, so you go chain signal and chain signal here. 12 objects are being damaged. Oh crap, my guns ran out of ammo. Or was it just a big group of enemies? Now it looks like my guns didn't run out of ammo, so it must just have been a lot of enemies. Better go see about that. Maybe stick a couple more guns. And I want to research combat shotgun. Doesn't look like it was that big a group of enemies. It's hard to see because the corpses are kind of under the wall for some reason. Well, let's drop a couple more guns, I suppose. Alright, my soup batteries are fully charged, so we put these in and immediately drain them completely. Okay, so it should be so the outbound one should go here. Wait, no, not there. Not there either. Okay, and then, oh, well, let's just finish building these bits of rail first. And if I screwed it up somehow, I can fix it afterwards. I'm pretty sure this is right. And there. And there. Right? I believe that's right. Do we want to research tanks now? Another round of grenade damage? Let's go back to just red-green for a while, because I think my base is being a little overtaxed at the moment. Right, I think that should be a correct set of signals. Probably. I never can quite remember that full setup. Right, and now obviously we want to put power lines in, crossing over at the centre. make it a blueprint? No, and also need to do the red cables. And use some kind of icon to remind me it's a circle. And make sure the straight rail blueprint lines up. Okay, that's that. Now I'll go and set up some production to make electric engines so I can quickly make some robots. But for that, it's time to go and do sped up footage for probably a couple more hours of game time. I'll speak again afterwards. Let's go. we're back. Ending this episode at a fairly arbitrary place, because I've recorded probably 2 hours of footage again that's all going to be sped up. Yeah, I've just started getting the train set up to make the first deliveries up to the new smelting line. Which hopefully should work. Probably going to need more than one iron ore mine because that one's quite tiny. So I'll probably, once I've demolished some of this, or maybe go up around the top to those 2 deposits, that would probably make sense. There's not actually that much more iron ore inside the bounds of my base after that. Might have to go into the desert and take that one. And maybe this one up north, possibly. There's this one. 3.3 million. So let's ride one of these trains back up to the base so I can check that everything's unloading correctly. Base call in. Inventory empty. Go. I've buggered up my signalling. Wait. I forgot to make an out signal, didn't I? Maybe do 2 over here. Okay. Continue. Right, you wait there again. Oh right, that's why that doesn't quite work. I knew there was something wrong with this setup. It's because it only unloads onto one side of the line. I'm done. Well, that's actually fairly easy to solve. How much more space do I have? 1 more square. So what I should need to do is go sideways before I go up. Okay, I think that makes sense. Does mean I'm going to have to change all of this. That's fine. Didn't need any of that anyway. Or at least not immediately. Go, robots. Alright, which one of these blueprints was that one? No, not that one. It's this one. So let's just copy it again. Which one of these is iron? The second one. Oh wait, I copied an unnecessary bit of this blueprint, didn't I? Let's change that. Right, and then let's just generally get this in an order that makes sense. And I'm also going to want to be able to fuel the trains off this, so I need to extend this back a little further. And then let me just quickly make all the parts that we need for this. Okay. Let me dump the robots back in here again. And connect up the power. Okay. And let's also make sure that this going back out works correctly. Alright. And of course I'm going to need to make a whole bunch of chests. I'll probably do maybe just wooden ones. Wait, one of these contains 2 foul. And wooden chest would be wait, no. Like 1500? No. That's 500, so that's more like 750. So 750 times 6 is 4500, so that should be more than enough space. So I think I'll probably just use wooden boxes at the inputs. Also, because it means I don't have to waste a whole bunch of iron or steel. Okay, good. Most of these probably don't need to be fast inserters, but you know, think to the future when these belts are going to be upgraded. So probably in the next episode there's going to be not all that much to say at the start. Because all I have to do is continue building this smelting line, and then once I've built the smelting line, start building a new base. I mean, that would be something to talk about, I suppose. So let's see. Just before I end this episode, let's let the coal go through, I suppose. Set that up. Okay. I mean, that's kind of naff, but never mind. It'll be good enough for this amount of smelting, I'm sure. I mean, I could always just upgrade the splitters. I'm not carrying any circuits any longer. I need to go back to home base. Temporary home base. Right, so let me just do that, and then we can end this episode. Anything else I need while I'm here? I'm good on belts and arms. So we need some of these. I also need some cogs. Shouldn't need any more pipes. And this is going to run out real quick. But that's fine too. Oh, I also wanted to make another temporary box for wire, because you do occasionally need wires, particularly when I'm making the circuit network stuff, so may as well have a box for that. Okay. So let's put the social information onto the screen with some kind of wipe that I do. And then we'll see if I can remember it. The website is happysalad.net. That's where the podcast lives, apart from all the other places that you can get the podcast, like iTunes and I'm sure several other places. And There's the Twitter @saladcast and the Facebook, which is facebook.com/happysaladnet. I'm pretty sure that's the one that's weird, so I always half forget. And that's the end of this video. I'll see you next time in Factorio, or a different video. Probably Factorio though. Bye.